Hi guys, this is an update on the Stug II B I'm building for Adam Mann's Stug Life group build. I'm at the point now where I'm going to start doing the tracks. So what you see before you is a tiny little jig that I built that helps me do the Frulu model tracks. So far, on first examination of these, and it's the first time I really looked seriously at these tiny little Panzer III, 4 tracks that Fruli sells you. They're really gorgeous. They have, I don't know if this will focus or not, but they have hardly any cleanup, and the drilling out of the holes in them is kind of a necessity. Even though the holes are there, it makes putting the little pins in a lot easier if you just run a drill through and clean it up. Gets all any burrs or undersized condition out of there. So one of the first things I do is, for any set of tracks, I'll build this little jig. And I will also take a Sharpie marker and write on the jig what it's for, so that when I go to do this again someday, hopefully I'll be able to find the jig and use it for Panzer III, 4, 36 millimeter. Just like so. Okay. What I use this jig for is to cut the lengths of wire that go in the tracks to put them together. I don't think you can even see that. Anyway, that's a little tiny piece of wire, brass wire. They give you brass wire, and it looks like this when you open up the package. They used to Scotch tape it together. Then they got the bright idea to twist it around here. All this wire that's twisted around here, once you get it untwisted and separated, you're going to have to throw it away because you'll never unkink it. But they give you plenty anyway. I've always ended up with at least one spool left over. Anyway, you just take this little jig, you stick the wire in there, you take your cutter, and you cut them off. And you can do as many as you want to cut and get ready. You can kind of pack this little tube full of these little things and then just dump them out. Some are kind of stuck in there, so you just might have to get them loose. Anyway, you can, once you've taken your pin vise and you drill out the holes, and I'll do one just to show you, it's pretty easy. Let's see here. Pardon me because I don't have my glasses on. Hold on while I get my glasses. the perils of old age. So you just get the drill started in there and just very quickly goes through. I've preset the drill bit in the pin vise to the length it needs to go through the track link. Okay, and then the other end, the other side is a lot easier because you just drill through. That started and just pushed through already. Then you might want to take and make sure there are no burrs on this thing. You know, take a sanding stick and just knock down any burrs. There will be occasionally on a package of 100 links, there will be 2 or 3 that are kind of flashed up pretty bad. Then you might have to use a hobby knife to just clean them off. But it's real simple. And then you just take your links. I usually do this on a jig on the workbench, but you just kind of snap them together, and then taking a tweezer. Where's my tweezer? Just pick one of these little suckers up. And you slip it in there. Again, this is a lot easier when you're don't have a camera between you and the thing. So there you have some links that are joined together already. I'll then take my cutter and go along once they're bottomed out, and I've got enough to where I want to glue them up. I'll snip them off flush, and then I take a little bit of super glue and put it over the top and just make sure it's smoothed out using my finger or whatever. And then I'll just continue on with, row upon row of these things, or link upon link. And when I get what I think is the right length, I'll test fit them on the vehicle, make sure they've got the proper amount of sag, maybe add a few more links, or as I get near the end, I always leave at least 5 or 6 links that are not super glued on, so I can easily take them off. I've had to take them off that have been super glued before, where I had way too much sag, and it's a little bit difficult, but not impossible. You just kind of have to take an angle cutter or something and reach in there and kind of grab a hold of that brass wire and pull it apart. Anyway, that's the task ahead of me right now. One of the tasks. So I'll do a few links every day, and it'll probably take me about 3 or 4 sessions to get the track links for this whole vehicle. Maybe 5 sessions to get the track links together and ready to assemble. After they're assembled to length, to the exact length I want, I'll super glue all the remaining end connectors with the wire, and then again, I'm just doing the very end of the link. I don't get super glue in there and all. Okay, I'm just putting a little bit in, kind of jamming it in with my toothpick there. And once I get those all together, then I'll take them and I'll spray paint them. So far, I think the best thing I use is Floquil Antique Bronze. It makes the links look about natural. You don't want a lot of rust on your links because they're always moving and they're getting polished by the roads. So once you get them all together, you can use some graphite, or I take a sanding stick and I'll sand the cleats where they're in touch with the road, where they get real shiny. But that's about it for the links. Now I'll show you where I'm at with the Panzer Stug II B. I got it all together. It's just primed, and I used automotive primer in a spray can, which I think I told you guys before I was going to use. It's not too bad. It takes a couple days to really set up. All the road wheels are done and everything on the sticks. Let me get the camera up here. Let's see them. I've got the grills primed. The little antenna trough at the rear of the vehicle, that's just sitting on there. I'm going to have to glue that on once I get the grills on. Okay. That has little tiny photo etch brackets that